our job is to guard lives, and if someone dies, we feel like we haven't done our job properly.
Lie down! Lie down, lie free!
Why'd you ignore the sign?
I didn't see it, sorry.
You nearly didn't see the end of the day. And we're the ones that have to live with that, feeling like someone's died because it's our fault. I felt that before. I never want to feel that again.
We've got all the dangerous current signage the whole way along the beach, and then this guy goes in right in front of the signs.
He's battling, mate.
Yeah, Harries knows that this guy's in a lot of danger. He's flirting with death.
You know, by this stage, we've done 50 PA announcements to warn people. Yeah, tempers are flaring. When you have a guy like this that's just gone out past the signs, hasn't even stopped, and just gone in and got himself in a situation, you're going to get upset. You're definitely going to get emotional.
What are you doing? Okay, stay there. Take your chest down on the board. No, put your chest down.
When people go into the water, it's putting other people's life in danger. You're doing your absolute best. You ain't got a cape and you're trying to save someone.
If you look at the drowning stats, a lot of it is in this kind of conditions. Overcast, onshore winds, and very few people around.
Through the side, through the side. Look.
Have a look, your mate nearly drowned.
Okay.
Have a look at the signs.
Yes.
You educated?
Yes.
You can read those signs? You nearly drowned, mate. How much is your life worth? How much?
I completely understand how Harries feels. If Harries wasn't there, certain death.
Oh, well, you've got to take some responsibility. Have a look at the sign.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much.
I was quite agitated because you can see that a young man that looks physically fit is going to drown and go under, and, you know, he literally had 10 seconds of his life left.
Today, North Bondi is the only area where swimming is allowed, but the large swell is causing havoc there too.
I haven't done any rescues with 10-footers breaking on my head, so it was definitely a day where I was going to have to prove my worth.
Tommy does everything he can to direct the man and avoid a rescue situation, but his warnings go unheeded.
What can go wrong if it's that big is so much more than normally. Like, days this big, like, I could die.
In the brief moments Tommy takes to paddle out, the man is sucked out towards the huge swell.
So, yeah, I was very stern on get on the board and let's go. We've got to get out of here.
He can't get the guy on the board. He's going to get sucked back out.
So the North Rip, when the waves are, you know, over 8 feet, it starts to pull. It's like a river mouth. It's full on.
The Rip charges out to sea at 5 metres per second, double the speed of an Olympic swimmer.
Just got to get across to the sandbank and get washed in as fast as possible. I don't want to be playing around in the Rip, getting taken out.
Tommy has 3 options. Paddle south and try to catch a wave in the impact zone. Go north up the rocks, or aim straight at the beach and use brute strength against the Rip.
The lifeguard has their own way of doing things. I'm going to do the rescue different to what Tommy's going to do. I'm not going to try and paddle against the Rip because you're just going to get sucked further and further out.
Before long, the Rip will pull Tommy and the man out into open water and into the full might of the impact zone.
Just avoid sitting in the impact zone was plan A. Plan B was, yeah, no, I didn't really have one actually.
Instead of coming across, he's trying to go in, and he's just going backwards out of sea.
If I'm doing a rescue in the north corner when it's 8 foot, 98% of the time, I'm going to just take the patient up the rocks.
This is Tommy's first rescue in giant surf, and he's never taken anyone up onto the rocks before.
I'd never want to go up those rocks. They're scary, they're sharp. You always see people cut up on them.
Just go straight across, mate.
Finally, Tommy paddles away from the centre of the Rip to the edge of the impact zone.
Eventually we got a little wave all the way up the beach, so pretty happy with that as a success.
There's little doubt amongst lifeguards that without assistance, he would have drowned. But Ahmed has formed a different view.
Were you in trouble?
No, I am swimming, man. But the ocean's very hard.
That just shows how oblivious he is to the threat of the ocean. He thinks he is fine. It's this big. He wouldn't even known the danger he was in until he has a solid wave holding him under and he's dead.
He is angry. Why? I don't know. Is he work here?
As the rip rages, lifeguards are desperate to keep swimmers out of the water.
Enough's enough. We're not having anyone else swim here.
Yes, guys, come back to shore for us, please.
Not everyone is listening.
Hey, Baggis, you see that fella there?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, if you go out like that way, you're not going to come in very well. Please, mate, make your way back to shore.
The swimmer continues to ignore lifeguards' instructions.
Okay.
I'll let him go. Yeah, I'm letting him go. I'm letting him struggle.
When we tell people to move and they don't, it's frustrating because a lot of the time people don't understand or don't speak English, or sometimes people are quite arrogant and they think that they know their abilities better than what they are.
He's gone far out, Baggis.
As lifeguards, we can basically see a terrible swimmer before they hit the water, and unfortunately, people just don't want to listen.
Just wait. Just wait.
It's only a matter of time before the swimmer needs rescuing.
Sounds like you're essential. I'm going to go out.
Yeah, probably, mate. I'll go.
Here's that swimmer that we've already told, get out of the area, you're not competent, he needs rescuing. Nothing worse.
For frustrated lifeguards, yet another dangerous rescue in rough conditions.
I got clipped by a wave, I had a grommet surf into me. Got out to him and Pat, one of the local boys, was out there giving him a hand. Hey, champion, what did I tell you? You don't want to listen. Then they got pushed into me. The bloke came out laughing and I just... Smile off your face, eh? Come here. Good. Like that? Right now. Your patience just gets cut pretty quickly with stuff like that when people don't listen.
The man appears unaware of the danger he was in.
It's not a wrong wave. Smile off your face. I told you down there you couldn't swim. Yeah. You mate? No, hey. I was talking. I said go to the flags. All right? Because this was on the middle of the flag, that's why mate, there's no flags around. All right, you got to look. Right? It's really dangerous.
It is easy to get frustrated. I think that's one of my biggest faults is I get frustrated quite easy with people not listening, and I know that they probably don't know. But in this case, I think just because everything went wrong from the get-go on that rescue, a bloke came out laughing and I just thought that was the end of it.
I noticed a gentleman out the back. He didn't have his hand up at the time, but I knew that this bloke wasn't going to get out on his own, so I was going to have to head out and grab him.
Central, yeah, Jacko's just going in down here.
Two young surfers offer their boards as buoyancy until Jackson takes over.
You right?
He was a bit surprised about all the commotion that was going on around him.
Unaware that Jackson is in fact there to save him, the man is confused.
It was quite tough to get him in because there was definitely a language barrier.
Lie down like this. No, jump on. No, jump on.
You sort of just got to use your hands and say, mate, you've got to get on this board, hey.
Hop on. Hop on the board. Hey, brother, hop on the board.
Finally, everything seems to make sense.
Sometimes it takes longer than others, but we ended up getting him on.
But then, Jackson discovers there's something foreign down under.
Jesus, has this bloke got any ducks on?
Yes, my man, he's on.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether these undies that he had on were like biodegradable or something, but there didn't seem to be much of them. It was safe to say that it was a full moon on the way in. It was quite the sight. He just gave me a wave and Off we went our separate ways. One of the more difficult ones I've done, but here he is, he's coming in. Mate, have a go at those undies. I did see out the corner of my eye, his wife was fuming. She wasn't speaking English, but it was a universal tone of, I'm not happy with you and wait till I get my hands on you.
He's in trouble, I think. The missus is into him.
White clothes in water, they don't mix well.
Yeah, thanks, girls. Once again, come this way.
2 women on coloured blow-up toys have already been warned about staying between the flags. Now it's too late for warnings. The first woman, clinging to an inflatable lemon, is held up by a surfer.
Thanks, brother.
Her friend, riding an inflatable tomato, is in much more serious trouble.
That girl with the red rig, she was flying in the rip like a river. Like, I need an engine to get there.
Thank you. I told you 100 times. I know. We good? Come here. Jump on. Where's this one? Hold on. Can you leave this one? Can you leave this one? Jump on. Leave this one.
In serious trouble, the woman refuses to give up the inflatable ring.
You had to take off the ring, like it's like I had to take you in, like you had to leave the ring. Yeah, she didn't want it. She kept holding the ring. I had to force her.
Get up! Get up! Get up!
Finally, the woman gives up the tomato.
Lie down.
Leia is visiting Australia from Korea. The infamous North Bondi Rip is rapidly pulling Mario and Leia out to sea.
Lie down like me!
Yeah, it was a bit of a hard moment. The surf was pretty powerful. I had to be quick near the rocks.
You want me to? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I did know.
Yeah, 100 times.
Oh my God.
Just seconds after nearly losing her life, Leia gives one of the most unusual post-rescue reactions ever as she's reunited with her inflatable tomato.
Be safe.
Oh my God. I saved you.
She was laughing with her friend, and then just thinking, oh, wow, like you were close to drown, you know, like. People react differently when they get rescued. Some people laugh, some people cry, some people say thank you, some people just walk away.
The beach is set up terrible today. The south is really dangerous and the north is really dangerous. You're just flying all over the place.
Lifeguards focus most of their attention on people close to shore before they get too far out. But Chapo has noticed a swimmer who is completely out of bounds.
Mate, I've got a swimmer out the back. He's getting hit by waves in the head, which is like a heavy sign. I don't know how he got out there.
Matty, can you see that swimmer right out in front of you? Trying to go further south and see how close you can get? Mate, you're going to have to go for a paddle right out. There's a swimmer right next to the rock. Where are we? Where?
Right out, I'll show you where. He's right next to the rocks. He's going to get hit by this one. And look out the back, and there's a swimmer out there.
Copy that. Is he panicking or what?
Yeah, go, mate. Go.
Matt faces a 200-metre paddle just to reach the man, who is edging closer to the rocks.
Wow.
Reidy heads down to back up.
Hurry! Come here. Come over here. We're in a bad place. Go. Head up that end.
The rip was flying. It was flying out behind the icebergs. is one of the worst places you want to be. You don't want to be back there.
Lie down, lie down, lie down.
Matt must get himself and the man out of the rip and clear of the rocks.
Just quietly. I don't think Matty D's done many rescues like this before.
Matty's going to want some downtime after this.
There's a lot of paddling. You still got halfway to go.
Gonna be a tough one.
The swimmer's name is Hardy Gruger. He's a doctor from Germany, visiting Sydney on business.
Yeah, the German, he was in La La Land. He's like, I am the strong swimmer. All right, mate. He was in a lot of trouble. We had about an hour and a half while we were paddling him back into Bondi to chat. Not that I'm really into German dudes, but we had a long time to get to know each other.
What are you doing?
Yes, I want to go swimming.
You die over there, my friend.
Yes. Thought it'd be a good time to give him a little lesson on beach safety.
You go to the swimming area. It's in the flags.
Flags? What do you mean with flags?
We definitely weren't speaking the same language.
He's just got all his rescues in one right now. Getting him through this shore is going to be very interesting. Oh, he's gone! Oh!
Back on shore, it's Dr. Matt who prescribes Dr. Gruger with some bitter medicine.
Never, ever.
Yes, I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
If I got no help, I'd go in the direction of the rocks. And this would be very hard. And I never feel such a stream before, water stream.
One woman is barely standing, but Chapo passes her to reach two other people farther out. The pair from Korea would be difficult to bring in at once.
As much as he probably does need a hand, we got to keep a few of us on the beach here, because if something was to happen down south, then there's just no one here.
Jackson notices two more people in a separate rip, but must collect another rescue board.
Yeah, there's two in backpackers. They're sitting on Sea Nova. I don't think he's got the message. Go.
Chapo offloads the two young Koreans in shallow water.
They were right on the shore, and I just thought they'd be fine.
But seconds later, and the pair have walked back into the deep water of the rip.
They weren't fine, so I had to go get them a bit closer to shore, and that took more time.
The situation stops Chapo from getting to the two other people farther out.
I had to go and make another rescue, because I could hear these two big guys drowning behind me, screaming.
Struggling to understand Chapo's instruction, the pair think he is asking them to get back on the board.
I just thought they'd let go.
Seeing the situation, Mario arrives from the north end.
As we're getting closer, a surfer got these two people.
Thank you, darling.
As they were going under, so quick.
One of you come here.
I could see that they were in big trouble, and I wasn't surprised they were completely exhausted.
I was paddling the guy in, and he was so scared that he crossed himself. He thought he was dying.
Yeah, brother, this is not the swimming pool. Just be careful, alright? Yeah.
저 들어가고 있었는데 처음엔 발이 닿았는데 점점 깊어지더니 뒤로 나오려고 하니까 발이 안 닿아서 계속 파도에 휩쓸려갔어요. 그러다가 여러분께서 살려주셨어요.
You could just see in their expression that it was, thank you very much, you just saved our lives, and it was great.
You're a lucky guy.